All right, everybody. Welcome to another installment of the Jack Starr Guitar Hour. Today we're going to basically just dwell on blues guitar and how to basically improve your playing and what songs are really good songs that are like perfect to play solos over, like good backing tracks. And I think today we're going to start with a song that made B.B. King very popular. It's called "The Thrill Is Gone." And for those of you that are playing along with us in internet land, it's in the key of B minor. So here it goes, something like this.
The thrill is gone. The thrill is gone away. The thrill is gone, baby. The thrill is gone away. And though you done me wrong, gonna try to carry on. Well, I'm free, girl. You know I'm free from your spell. Yeah, I'm free, baby. I'm free from your spell. Well, you done me wrong, but all I can do is wish you well.
Yeah, that was the psychedelic version of Thrill Is Gone. Now, the experiment that we're going to do today is I'm going to take off the delay that's on the guitar, and I'm going to take off the distortion, and we're going to show how the thin line that exists between hard rock, heavy metal, and blues. Basically, I took this into the realm with metal and blues, but now we're going to try something a little bit different. I'm going to get rid of the delay, and I'm going to lower the distortion, and we're going to do the same song again, but it's going to sound different. So here goes. I'm going to walk over to the amp right now, and I'm going to lower that delay. Here it goes. Very, very simple adjustment. Okay, now I'm also going to lower the volume. Okay, we are now going to become, we're not going to get a blues sound. We're going to do the same song as somebody else might do it, more like a purist kind of vibe to it. So here it goes.
Thrill is gone, the thrill is gone away. Thrill is gone, baby, thrill is gone away. Now you done me wrong, I'm gonna try to carry on. She hypnotized. If you don't watch out, she's gonna stick to you. Strange brew, girl, what's inside of you? Talking about the strange brew, girl, what's inside of you? but in a driving rain. She comes up and makes you feel insane. Strange brew, girl, what's inside of you? Strange brew, girl, what's inside of you?
But all I did is I took the heavy metal out of it, and I got a clean sound, like a little. And and I've heard people, say stuff like, "Well, that guy, would be really good if he cleaned up his guitar sound," or "That guy, he can only play that way because he's got the delay going, or he's got the distortion going." Truth be told, is guitar players do a lot of things for a lot of different reasons. One of them is you want to experiment with sound, you want to have fun, and you want to explore all the different tonalities that are available. So they're all good tools. Delay's a good tool, distortion's a good tool, the wah-wah is a good tool. But the bottom line is you still have to be able to play without all that stuff. And that's what I wanted to show today, that we can just play a very stripped down guitar sound without all the effects. So we're going to try another song right now. We're going to try, it's the first song on our blues compilation CD. It's called Someday After a While. And this song delves into the relative minor keys of, the song is in F, but we're actually going to be playing in D minor and in D, because we're going to be doing the relative minor. So it goes something like this. Yeah. So basically that was actually a song by John Mayall and the Blues Breakers called Someday After a While. Now the interesting thing about that song is there's actually a bunch of other songs that have the same exact chords. So I'm going to give you a couple of names that you guys can check out on YouTube. One of them is called Ain't Nobody's Business, which has the wonderful blues lines. Some days we eat ham and bacon, some days there ain't nothing shaking. But it ain't nobody's business. That's right. It ain't nobody's business what I do. So, that's one of the songs that has the same chords. Another one is a song called Nightlife, which was recorded by B.B. King and written by Willie Nelson. And then there's another one that I really like that I'm going to play right now without a backing track. It's called Nobody Knows You When You're Down and Out. And it goes like this.
Once I lived the life of a rich man. Didn't have a whole lot of money. Didn't have a lot of friends. It's mighty strange, but without any doubt, nobody knows you when you're down and out. Then I began to fall kind of low. Didn't have a lot of money, and I didn't have a lot to show. Mighty strange, without any doubt. Nobody knows you when you're down and out. Same chords as the other stuff.
It's kind of weird because most blues progressions are what we call 1-4-5. This is not a 1-4-5, it's actually like a 1-4-6. And I'm not going to go into what that's all about right now, but let's just say it's cool sometimes not to play a typical progression, and that's what I like to do. There's another one that I do that's also not a typical progression. And this is actually my favorite, and if you're a guitar player and you live in Brevard, learn this thing so we can jam on something other than Rock Me Baby or Tush. So the chords go like this. Someday, baby, after a while you'll be sorry.
then the bridge goes to G. Then it goes to D. Back to the G. Then it goes to the E. And then resolves on the A. But I said someday, someday, baby, after a while, you're gonna be sorry. Now this song is going from the E to the D. It's in the key of D.
But you don't play necessarily pentatonic D scales. We're actually going to play B minor scales, and they're going to work beautifully over these changes. So if you're going from the E to the D like this, on the guitar solo you could go. Then when it goes to the G, then the G7, then the G diminished. You could do a diminished run like this. Then right back to the D. B minor, E minor, A7th, resolve on the D. Back. And there you have it, an atypical blues song. And those are really the best ones. Like another great atypical blues song is Stormy Monday Blues, which the Allman Brothers did a great version of. And there was also another band that did a very good version of it. They were called the McCoys. They had the hit Hang On Sloopy. And the guitar player, Rick Derringer, recorded an incredible version of it live at the Steve Paul Scene, which was a big club where Hendrix used to jam. And Rick Derringer, I think, was like 17, and Hendrix might have been like 23. But they were jamming, and there's a version of it that exists that's actually quite good. So now, I digressed a little bit, but I wanted to talk about blues songs that are atypical, because those are the kind, I think, that are a lot of fun to play. Like this one is atypical. Told my mother on the night I was born, you got a boy child coming, gonna be a son of a gun. Make all you women jump and shout. Whole world's gonna know what it's all about. Yeah, I'm here. Everybody knows I'm here. I'm the hoochie coochie man. Everybody knows I am. So that's kind of atypical, just for the simple reason that we're holding out the first chord longer. Usually in blues songs, the 1 and the 4 get held out the same amount of time. But in this particular song, we're vamping on the first chord, so we're holding that out. Now the other thing that I do, which is kind of, I think I invented this, but I could be wrong. I actually bend the chord, so when I get to the 4 chord, which is the C in this song, with my pinky, instead of just going, 'cause I'm here, which is very, 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 it's very kind of symmetrical. I actually, with my pinky, while I'm playing the chord, I bend it so it'll be like this.
we can get a close-up of the pinky, it's going to look something like this. And what this does is it kind of lets you kind of play a lead and chords at the same time, because you got that bend note that one associates with a lead guitar solo, but you got it within the chord. So instead of going, you go. And if you want, you can stretch your pinky a little bit and actually hit the next note like this. Plus, it looks kind of cool when you do it, so that's also an important thing, you know.
It's a good workout for the pinky.
It's a good pinky workout, which I don't know why we need to have strong pinkies. But assuming we do need to have strong pinkies, this will definitely help.
Do you want to take a break, Jack? We're
I
about
think
halfway done.
we're going to take a short break right now, and we'll be back at you in a few. So check this stuff out coming at you.
That's a pretty heavy thing to say, because the Paul Whitefield blues guy came out in 1967. So, the drummer that's coming out in a little bit, he has been around a while, and he deserves his legendary status. Give it up. Do it, brother.
Anyway, like we were talking about, different blues songs. You know, some songs have unconventional blues changes. They're not, you know, your typical 1-4-5. But right now we are going to play one of the most conventional and probably cliche-ridden blues songs that ever existed. This song's been recorded from everybody from B.B. King to Jimi Hendrix to Jeff Beck to Johnny Winter. And before we run the backing track, I'm just going to go through some of the riffs that different people have used. Okay, we're going to run the backing track in a second, but right now I'm going to show you the Jeff Beck version. Is he does this riff. Which is a really cool version, and then he sings in between the riffs, so it'll be like, rock me baby, that's the riff, rock me all night long, rock me baby. Okay, so that would be the Beck version, and it's got that bass riff, which is actually done by the guitar as well, that goes throughout the whole song. Then Johnny Winter kind of picks it up a little bit, and he does it like this. Rock me, baby, rock me all night long. Rock me, baby, rock me all night long. Rock me, baby, till my back ain't got a bone. Roll me, baby, roll me all night long. So basically it's the exact same song, except Johnny Winter plays kind of a more lively, upbeat riff. His riff. Whereas the Beck riff is more like, it's more controlled. It's more like a very symmetrical kind of box pattern kind of riff. Then there are other versions of that song, but I just figured we'd focus on those two versions. So right now what we're going to do is we're going to play the Beck version of Rock Me Baby, for the simple reason I couldn't find the Johnny Winter backing track anywhere. So it goes something like this. Here we go. We're going to do take two on that. We're going to do take two on that because I got fooled by the backing track. It's in C, not A. Me all night long. Rock me, baby, rock me all night long. Keep on rocking me, baby, until my back ain't got a bone. Roll me, baby, roll me all night long. on, baby. Keep on rocking me, baby, till my back ain't got a bone. So that was Rock Me Baby in C. Now I'm going to do it again. I'm going to try to do it a little less frantic and do it more like a more of a blues purist guy would do it. Okay, so here we go. Take 2, Rock Me Baby, key of C. Rock me, baby, rock me all night long. Rock me, baby, rock me all night long. Keep on rocking me, baby, till my back ain't got a bone. Anyway, what I did really differently in the approach is I put more space between the licks. Now, what that means for those of you out there that aren't guitar players, the licks are really like the riffs. And you can kind of make a continuous riffing thing, but it's really not the coolest thing to do. Guitar solos should be like the human voice. They should have phrasing. You don't want to hear a singer that just goes on and on and on, you know. You want to hear a guy phrase. So same thing with the guitar. So the first time, and a lot of heavy metal guitar players make that mistake. They just go and they're just going nuts, and there's no breaks in between it. But then the good metal guitar players phrase. Same thing with the good blues guitar players. They will phrase. So the second time around, I purposely phrased more, and I put more stops within the solos. So we're going to take the beginning of that solo again, and I'm going to show you the 2 ways that we can do it. The first way, I'm going to play it like a heavy metal guitar player, which I happen to also be. So I'm going to turn the distortion and the delay up for a second. Okay. So now we're going to do like a heavy metal interpretation of the song, and then we'll go back and we'll do it bluesy, and we'll see the differences. Here we go. Now that was the kind of playing that not everybody likes. You know, some people, you know, think it's kind of like a little abusive, aggressive, and kind of mindless, and then but some guys know how to blend those two styles really well. And one guy that I thought blended the two styles really well was actually Gary Moore. He'd play very aggressive, long sustained notes, and then he'd turn the volume down and do something really tasteful. So I think you can do both. And we're going to take another stab at Rock Me Baby, and I'm going to try to blend a little bit of both if I can, which is kind of what I do when I play live anyway. So here we go. Rock Me Baby, take 4. Whoa, that was a workout. So that was kind of like blending those styles, and I think the thing with guitar playing is that the more interesting a guitar player can make the solo, the more I think you're going to appreciate what he does, because there's a lot of guitar players playing really the same riffs and doing it in the same context without the variations. So if you hear a guy that can do both styles, you know, hard rock, metal, country, blues, and kind of blend them all effortlessly, it's kind of really a fun thing to watch. And some of the guys that we really enjoy that are in the real big leagues, people like, you know, the Reverend Willie, otherwise known as Billy Gibbons. He does that. He'll play the blues, but he'll play it with an incredibly aggressive attitude. Also, even the guy in Pink Floyd, who everyone thinks is just this incredible melodic, spacey guitar player, is actually playing very, very aggressively. If you listen to Dark Side of the Moon, it's very deceptive. It sounds like he's taking you off into outer space, but he is pouring every ounce of strength and emotion he has into that strat, and every one of those solos is incredibly aggressive, just like Ritchie Blackmore does, just like Beck. So the good guys, at least the ones that I like, play aggressively. Because aggressive is just another word for passionate. And you can play passionately or you can not play passionately. So on that note, we're going to we're going to do the very next song that's on the CD. We don't know what it is. This is going to be a total surprise.
Got about 5 minutes left.
No idea what it is. Okay. Okay, we know it's an A. Yeah, a little blues. Anyway, this has been an interesting show, and I'm glad you guys all watched it. Hopefully, everybody got something out of it. And I'm just going to play a little ending music. I think I got about a minute left or so. What do I have left, Keen?
1 minute.
Boy, I'm getting good at this stuff.
You are.
Okay, so I'm going to do I'm just going to do a little blues guitar in the key of E. Thanks everybody for watching, and we'll be back next week. I think we got the Witch Doctor on next week, so we'll see you guys then.